Hello and welcome to this eCognition Deconstructed video. Today we're going to have a look at the new algorithm since version 10.3, text recognition. And what it does, it recognizes text from a layer. So you can, for example, run this algorithm on an image object or region, and then it writes that information or the text into a variable. Let's have a look at it. So I've two examples prepared. One is a use case. Imagine you have a lot of files of the physical map of the world, right? And from different years. And the title here depicts that this one is 2011. I have another one where it depicts 2015. And let's say you have a database with those maps for the last 50 years. And the file naming is cryptic. And what you want to do is you want to detect the text here and use this to rename the file. Yeah, you can use this text recognition algorithm. What I first do here actually is I define a region. If you don't know what a region is, please have a look at our knowledge base and community and get more information there. So this is more or less what I define here is an invisible subset more or less of the whole scene. Origin Y, origin X, and the extent. And this one covers actually the title here. And what I do then is I run this text recognition. Input layer is layer 1. So it runs on one layer. Just have a look at which layer has best contrast in the text you want to extract. Region. So I limit the area where this algorithm looks at, in this case up here. Output text variable is map name. This one is a scene variable. You can create it here, simply type something in and create it. You can also create object variables, but in my case I'm going to create a scene variable, and DPI, that's also a parameter that you can change based on your input data. Okay. I hit OK. Let's first display here the object information. So map name variable is a scene variable and it's empty. I run this one and now it captures the text in my region up here. And it says physical map of the world, January 2011. Awesome. Now what I do is I simply export the whole image and I use this variable as name of the output file. How does that work? Actually, I use the algorithm here, export image, choose all 3 layers, and then here in the export path, you can use the value of this variable. And it looks like this. So wavy bracket, and then colon, variable, colon, and then the name of the variable. And then you close it with a wavy bracket. And it's also described here in the algorithm description here in this information window how the structure is. You also can have a look at the help. It's also explained there. Now let's execute this. And now by default, it's exported into the workspace directory. It creates a results folder and so on. But I also quickly want to run it here on the second one. It's the same rule set. And that works because the title is always in the same place, so I can use the same region and so on, export it. And now let's have a look at the workspace. There's a results folder, export image, and we have 2 images exported with the title of the map, which was extracted using this new algorithm, text recognition. Stunning. Let's have a look at the next example. Street sign analysis. So let's assume you have a rule set that nicely extracts the street sign. In my case, I created an object that is fairly rectangular and picks up the text that I want to extract, right? So let's assume you already have a rule set that detects the signs. Sometimes not that difficult, to be honest. And then what I wanted to show you is that it also works without a region, right? So you can also, the text recognition, you can change the domain to image object level, for example, and set the class filter to this sign. So I only have one object that is classified as sign, so it works nicely here. And then this algorithm looks at this object and writes the information it finds into this variable, sign text variable. Again, this is empty now. I execute it, and now it's filled with the value of 30. That might be valuable information if you have a street sign to also know what is written on the street sign, right? So in this case, speed limit of 30. You also could use region. In this case, I used objects. That works fine. And if you're using objects, actually what it does, it creates a rectangular region around your object. That means if you have a round object, it also will include the corners, right? Because it creates a rectangle. And that makes, or that can lead to misinterpretation of the text. And that's also the reason why I try to create here a rectangular object instead of a round one, and then it works pretty smoothly. All right, that's already it. Text recognition, new algorithm since version 10.3. It's amazing. Try it out and enjoy using eCognition.